Thanks for joining us. Let's inspect the forces. Recap gamers or go.
Okay, g'day viewers. Welcome to day 2 of MOAB. You can see it's pumping down there on the floor. And we're up to round 4 versus the Dwarfs. And we're playing this silly deployment corner. I don't mind the corner deployment, except that I roll 4 ones. So I have to hold my Black Orcs, a unit of Night Goblins, a Doom Diver, and a Rock Lobber. So 4 things are held off the table in reserve, which is a bit of a bummer. Unfortunately for the Dwarves, they have to hold their little cart off the table, the little miner's cart, the little beer wagon. So you might have seen this army on the channel. It's taken me until round 4 to find a fully painted army to play against, and this army won Best Painted, as you can see. So you've seen this army on the channel before, a couple of episodes ago. It's got the king and the anvil, a couple of bolt throwers. I think it's the warrior clans. He's got another doom seeker off the table. He's going to come on in ambush. I think they're the dwarf royal clan warriors. More iron drakes, bolt thrower on the hill, BSB in there. The anvil is going to give me trouble. And so I have deployed. I've tried to hide my chariots, because last time I played him, he shot one of my chariots off on turn 1, so I've learnt that lesson. So we're just sort of hiding. We haven't got any big blocks of infantry, except these guys, these Night Goblins, deployed opposite the Iron Drakes. Got my little war boss in there. And the Great Keith's hiding behind this big rocky outcrop here as well. We just played those as impassable blocking line of sight, so he's threatening that flank. So that's why he's put the king in with the Iron Drakes. So he's got the king in with the Iron Drakes. The scouts scouted on this flank, on his right flank, to ward off the Great Keith. So I'm going to try and swing around this flank. I didn't expect him to put the king in with the Iron Drakes. The Night Goblins want to have a shootout with the Iron Drakes, but that's not going to go well. But we might be able to do a wound or two. But I'm just got to wait for the Black Orcs and the other Night Goblins to turn up, and I'm down a couple of war machines. And so he's not moving very fast because his little cart's off the table as well. So it's a bit of a random, bit too random, this scenario, because like a vital piece for him would be that cart, so he could move up rapidly and put some pressure on me. And a vital piece for me is my Black Orcs, because that's my only real combat unit. So these goblins are going to take the brunt of the whole army. That's they're facing the whole army, really. And then I need to get the Great Keith around on a flank so I can at least threaten him to do something. Anyway, on to turn 1.
Let's go. Turn 1.
Okay, so I think this is at the end of turn 1. The Dwarves have moved up slightly, and his scouts moved up on his right flank to have a couple of pot shots at the Great Keith. And I lost a few Night Goblins to a bit of shooting. And then in my turn, I've just jumped out there in front of them. I've threatened the flank of the Iron Drakes, and I'm going to let the scouts have a shot at him. But we're trying to turn that flank. Looks like I've cast a Foot of Gork in the middle, but not that much happened on turn 1.
Turn 2.
Okay, so we're into turn 2, and I released 3 fanatics up through here. These 2 made it, and they went through the Iron Drakes, killed 1 Iron Drake, but killed the Doomslayer. That was a bit cheeky. And then the Dwarves have just advanced here. The cart came on, gave those guys out there a bit of a boost, and these guys are outflanking my lone Night Goblin unit in the middle. So a bit of a summary there. So those Night Goblins shot through there, killed the Doomseeker, only 1 wound to the Iron Drakes and the King, and they're whittling down my Night Goblins here. And this unit's moved up to flank them, so they're going to cop it. The King's just sitting there, and the Great Keith's going to get stuck into the scouts, kill them, and then reform on the flank. But I don't think there's any way I'm going to go into the flank of the Iron Drakes here. So Keith's going to go in there. I'm going to bring on the Black Orcs behind him. So push around that flank, around that rocky outcrop. And then I'm going to swing the chariots that are going to come out from their cover. They're going to have to do something. So at least I haven't lost them on turn 1, because The bolt shooters didn't have anything to shoot at besides them or a war machine. And so these guys are way out there on their own. Yeah, so the Night Goblins here, I'm just going to replace them with another unit when the other Night Goblins come on. So this unit's going to die, and this is where the Great Keith goes into the scouts. He's going to get challenged, but he's going to beat up the scouts, and they're going to actually break. So he's going to kill the scouts and then reform to face the flank. Over here, I'm just sending my chariot after them. The Foot of Gork's doing a little bit of work. And there's the combat there. So he wins that challenge, that combat, and reforms on the flank.
Turn 3.
Okay, so they're into turn 3. This will be a quick summary of turn 3, 4, 5, I think, because it's pretty much over for the Dwarves. The Great Keith is out on the flank, and he's going to. And this chariot's gone in. I've got Itchy Nuisance off on that unit, so it's done pretty well. Yeah, so the Great Keith's out on the flank there now. He's going to go in and kill the anvil. I've been trying to bomb the anvil from afar because it gave me a lot of trouble last time. Stopping my spells and moving things around. And the Black Orcs are marching on slowly. That Foot of Gork in the middle is a problem because it's going to come back and kill one of my own chariots. And this unit was in trouble, but I used Travel Mystical Pathway and got them well out of trouble. So that was a bit frustrating for the Dwarves. So that saved me a lot of points because the War Boss and Night Goblin level 4 are in there. This unit, there they are, that's them there. This chariot, so he's finishing off that unit, and he's going to break the little cart, and he's going to run down the cart as well. So that chariot's done pretty well. With the help of Itchy Nuisance and so on, he's able to take out that unit. A Foot of Gork took out one of my chariots, and I was able to Travel Mystical Pathway that unit over there to safety, so they're okay. And Keith's going to take out the anvil. And this unit, I sent some fanatics through them and back through them again. Whittled them down. Did a bit of damage to myself. But that unit's going to win that combat. They might break those goblins. So might get some points there killing those Night Goblins. That's the reserve unit that came on afterwards. Earthen Ramparts helping me out. Yeah, so Keith's going to go in there and he's going to kill the anvil. I've been trying to bomb it with Doom Divers and so on. It's got a couple of wounds on it, but he's going to go in there and finish it off. And that'll be pretty much it. The Black Orc's a bit late to the party here. So this chariot is going to go in there again. And we say he's going to take out the Iron Drakes and then the King takes out the chariot. We just sort of talk through the last turn because we're running out of time. And the Dwarves have only got a couple of bolt throwers left. And the King and the Iron Drakes. And I'll just get the points up here. If there's anything else that really happens, the chariot's coming back. This unit survives. That Travel Mystical Pathway has been very handy in some of these games, getting Night Goblins out of trouble. And that unit had my level 4 Night Goblin and my War Boss in there. So that was good points denial. All the machines are still alive. And the hoppers are still alive. My level 4 goblins are alive there. And so we lost 387. There's the Black Orcs, a bit late to the party. And the Dwarves lost 1301. So it ends up being a 12-8 victory to the Orcs. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, the King standing alone at the end. And that unit was all right. Anyway, thanks for watching. A victory to the Orcs. Short and sweet. Stay tuned next time. We'll be facing Chaos and a Chaos Dragon. All right. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
Thanks for watching another Creaky Gamers production. We hope it wasn't too bad.